Hi, I'm Bruce King. Welcome to the Unleash the Power of Your Mind podcast. How to unlock the power hiding in your brain and unleash the success you deserve, whatever success means to you. Whether it's your business, your career, or your personal life, the ways to significantly greater success are here. Enjoy. This session is titled Demolish Your Doubts. Do this and you will achieve greater success, whatever success means to you. Before I start out with this main topic, quite a few people have mailed me and asked me why I frequently use the phrase, whatever success means to you. So here's the reason for this. I've been coaching business owners, professionals and people from all walks of life for 30 plus years. And in the first few years of doing this, I was very frustrated until I realized my mistake. The mistake was that I frequently saw such great potential in so many people I coached that I wanted them to have more success than they wanted. That frustrated me and often frustrated them too. So I stopped. Now I help people understand the possibilities, but help them to achieve whatever success means to them, not to me. And that works so much better for both of us. So, on to demolish your doubts, or as it's known in the coaching arena as eliminating self-limiting beliefs. These are those things we believe about ourselves which place limitations on our ability to achieve more than we've already achieved and contribute to our failures. You may be conscious of those you have, or they may be so deeply rooted in your mind they've become unconscious. Here's a simple example of a self-limiting belief. A lady or gentleman says to themselves, and maybe to others too, "I'm so fat, nobody will ever want to marry me." They may well be fat, that's a truth. But there are many other ladies or gentlemen who simply adore overweight partners and may want to marry one. So, nobody will ever want to marry me is a self-limiting belief which stops that person from seeking a partner or rejecting one, and maybe a lot of other things too. Here's another example, and one often quoted in personal development circles. For many years it was believed that running a mile in less than 4 minutes was impossible. But when Roger Bannister broke that 4-minute barrier on the 6th of May 1954, his record only lasted 46 days. Within just a few months, many athletes from all around the world broke that barrier too. Roger's success made them realise that not running a mile in less than 4 minutes was nothing more than a self-limiting belief. You almost certainly have some self-limiting beliefs too, and the most important thing for you to understand is that you were not born with them. Your beliefs have been programmed into your mind because of what you were taught by your parents, your peers, and your experiences throughout your life, many of which you almost certainly misinterpreted. The most important thing to understand is that if they were programmed in, they can also be programmed out. And when you do, you will become unstoppable. There's a simple process for doing this. First, you identify those self-limiting beliefs and write them down. That's possibly the most difficult part of the process. It requires a lot of thought and soul searching, and you can't rush it. It might also help to ask others close to you for their honest opinions. Here's just a few examples given to me by some of the people I coached. I'm too old or too young to learn how to do that. I couldn't afford that. I don't have what it takes to launch a new business. Nobody will believe me. I don't have the energy for that. And on and on and on. You make your list of self-limiting beliefs and take your time, as much time as is necessary. When you've done that, you question those beliefs. You ask yourself 4 questions of each one you identified. 1. What experience have I had in the past to lead me to think this is true? 2. Did anybody else tell me this? If so, who? And if not, why am I thinking it? 3. What proof do I have this is correct? And 4. Why is it not true? What have I achieved in the past that contradicts this belief? That questioning exercise should enable you to eliminate your self-limiting beliefs once and for all. But just to be certain, there's something else you can do. And this is another vital exercise. I call this reliving past successes. It's very powerful, and I recommend you do it as soon as you finish this session. And do it every day until you are totally convinced you are already a great success and are acting that way. It's a 3-step exercise. Step 1. Think back to your very earliest memories and work slowly through your life, right through to the present day. As you do this, write down every single occasion you can remember when you were successful and felt great about yourself. For example, it might have been the time when you first rode a 2-wheel bicycle without falling off and felt great. It could be the first time you swam the length of your local swimming pool. It could be the time you won a race at a school sports day. The time you got your first car, your first job, your first promotion, or made your biggest sale ever, and so on. Just write down every occasion when you were successful and felt great about yourself. Again, take as long as you need. And when you've completed that list, count the number of experiences you listed. I think you'll be impressed with yourself. Step 2 is to go down that list again, slowly and carefully, and highlight all those that really jump out at you and put a big smile on your face when you recall that memory. I imagine there'll be quite a few. Then go down that highlighted list and select the 3 that make you feel absolutely the best. And step 3 is the exercise I want you to do every day, at least once and preferably twice a day, until you're cured. And each time you do it, alternate each of those 3 best examples. Find a quiet place where you'll not be disturbed for about 10 minutes. Close your eyes and stand or sit in the precise position you would have been when you achieved that success. Get the picture very clear in your mind of you achieving that success, and do the physical actions with your body that you would have been doing at the time. If you were running, stand in that running position. If you were swimming, make the swimming motions with your hands and arms. If it was when you made your best sale and punched your fist in the air, punch your fist in the air. Act it out physically. At the same time, Hear the sounds in your mind associated with that success and feel how you felt at the time. Really work on bringing back the sounds and feelings at their highest emotional level. Do this for about 2 minutes and then repeat it for a total of 5 times. Then open your eyes and relish that feeling. You've taken another step to reprogramming your mind for the success you want, whatever success means to you. And just in case you slip into the habit of thinking about past failures when you're doing that exercise, don't be concerned. Of course, there'll be many times when you failed at something, and you'll fail again from time to time. So did I, as did every other successful person. The difference is they do not allow their failures to stop them becoming more successful. They treat their failures as positive learning experiences and focus on their past and future successes. And you can do that too. It's simply a matter of choosing what you think about. And it is your choice. And here's a few other self-limiting beliefs many people say they have, and my take on them. You may have thought or said, I'm not good at planning. Neither are most people until they have something exciting they want to plan for. It's an interesting fact that many people spend a great deal more time planning their holidays than they do their lives. Same goes for planning their next car purchase, their next house purchase, or any other major and even minor purchase. So you are good at planning. You just maybe never thought about planning the rest of your life as carefully as some other things. But are you starting to get excited about how your life could be now? And you can plan, can't you? You may be thinking, I'm not good at making decisions. But the fact is, you're making decisions every minute of every day. Every single action you ever take is preceded by a thought, consciously or unconsciously. You start the moment you wake up by deciding to get out of bed or stay in bed. You decide whether you will shave or not shave, put on your makeup or not, what you're going to wear, and so on. You decide whether to have breakfast at home or grab a snack on the way to work. You make many decisions in the first few minutes of every day and continue to make them throughout the day. In fact, before you do anything, you have to decide whether to do it or not. Consciously or unconsciously, that is what you do. You're therefore just as capable of making decisions as to what you want to do with the rest of your life and how to achieve that. You may be thinking, I'm just not clever or smart enough. But you do not have to be brilliant to be an amazing success. One very well-known and hugely successful entrepreneur I once worked with claimed to have less intelligence than a meerkat. And if you look around you at the most successful people you know, I'm prepared to bet you don't think many of them are brilliant either. In fact, you may well have said to yourself, I don't know why they're so successful. They're just not that bright. How do they do it? Those not so bright people did it because they were passionate about what they do, knew what they wanted to achieve, and were totally focused on achieving it. They never quit because they knew that quitters never win and winners never quit. Of course, there will be some skills you do not have, do not want to learn, or find too difficult to learn. But that doesn't matter. Most successful people have others around them with the complementary skills needed. And you too can build this team when the time is right. What else might you be thinking? Maybe you're wondering if the timing is right for you to be reaching out to achieve great success. If that's the case, it helps to remember that today is the first day of the rest of your life, as will be tomorrow and the day after. So, no matter how young or old you may be, no matter the circumstances in your life right now, what better time could there possibly be than to get started right now? You may be thinking, I don't have the time. And not having the time is the number one excuse people use for not making any kind of change in their lives. If you want something badly enough, you'll make the time. You simply have to do what it takes to get you where you want to be and to have what others do not have because they didn't make the time. You may be thinking, I don't know enough yet. I don't know how. Well, I can assure you that you already know everything you need to know right now to get started. What you don't know, you can learn on the journey. And as for I don't know how, you probably don't. And so what? In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's probably none of your business right now. The most important thing is to get started, and from that point on, everything can be figured out. And finally, you may also be thinking, it's going to be hard work, and you're not sure if you're up to it. It's going to be hard